Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain. Alright, so for these quests here, now that we're level 12, we're going to be heading to Ataraxia's Haven, uh, which is located in the harbor here. Now it is towards the south end. You will see on the map there's a green kind of star for the port agent. You can talk to her. She can send you either to Three Barreled Cove or Ataraxia. Of course, we're wanting to go to Ataraxia here. Would help if I hit OK. Now there are two quests out here as well as the Slayer. The Slayer itself isn't too bad of an experience leveled area. There's some decent XP out here. As well, again, the quests, as well, the last thing that makes this great is it is a free-to-play area. So, obviously, you don't have to pay for any of this content. And, yeah, it's just some decent level content. Alright, so the first quest here from the town, we want to just follow this road here heading west. And it's just actually right up in here. Now, the quest itself is just down there at the very, very bottom. However, if we actually hug the wall right here, making your way down the side, we're actually going to run into a cave right here. Now, not only do you get obviously XP for finding the cave, as it is one of the 16 explorers, inside the cave itself, there is a chance that it spawns one of the 10 rare encounters. If it does spawn him, he'll be down here at the bottom, right about where that Drugar Bishop is. Unfortunately, as we have the Bishop there, we did not get the rare. It's super easy to know, even if you can't tell who's who. If the rare is up, it would have a chest there as well. Alright. Let's go on and head on out. So since the rare wasn't up, I'm just going to head on right down. And here we are. Now there is two ways that people do this quest. They either do it from the top down, which is the method that I prefer, or they go bottom up. So if you're gonna do the bottom up, you actually just want to head north here. And what it is there's actually a giant hole right here. So it is very dark, so it is hard to see, as you can see now that I lit it up. But yeah, it's very hard to see. There's that Reaper. And so if you go that way, you are going to fall down, and then you would be doing bottom up. To do top down, from the start position here, you just want to head south and pull that lever. That will open up this door, which I'm just going to toss one of those on. There we go. Alright, so once you clear your initial party there, you can head around the corner, which would take us to where we were shooting that Reaper and that other guy. Now, we're going to head first off north into our first main chamber. Now, in each of these chambers, they do have an objective, an optional objective that involves breaking some of the breakables. So in this one here, it is water supplies, which are just the vases. So as we shoot them, you'll see destroy them and so on and so forth. So of course we're going to do that. As you know, not only do you get the extra XP for breaking it, but then you also get the XP because they are breakables. So you get the ransack as well. As well, in each one, they also have an overseer to kill. There we go. So now that everyone's dead, minus that guy up there, all that we got left to do is grab our breakables, as well as pull these giant rune wheel valves. Now I do want to point out that it does require a little bit of strength to be able to pull these. So if you have no points in strength and you are a fairly weak character, you may not actually be able to complete this on your own. Though most hirelings also have enough strength to pull the levers. Again, not much is required. Right here. Break those. So, as you can see, not only do you break, but there's a few extras, which of course contribute to your total breakable smashed. Alright, here we go. Once we're done that room, we're just going to go ahead and exit, make a right, and continue down our path. And that's essentially the core concept of this quest. If you're choosing to go top down, you go until you see one of the furnace rooms, you go in there, you complete the room, and then you continue heading down the path. And then vice versa, if you're going bottom up, you do that until you reach the top again. Though there is a reason that I do decide to go top down, and that reason is once you complete all three, you do actually have to go all the way down to the bottom to get to the end area. So I find it's just saves myself a little bit of time rather than dropping all the way to the bottom, coming all the way back up to the top, and dropping all the way down to the bottom again. However, the reason they do this is the shrine itself is at the bottom. So if you do find yourself needing to use the shrine, it might be beneficial to do bottom up, giving yourself that, like clearing the shrine there for yourself. That way if you do have to backtrack towards the shrine, it is already cleared for you. And that is the benefit there of going bottom to top. So that optional there, he does have a few locations that he can spawn in, none of which actually result in him dropping a chest, but again, it is a little bit of extra experience, and I mean, you're going down anyway. Free XP is essentially free XP, so. Alright, so here we are in the second chamber here. Start by clearing. Now, the melee guys, though they can do a little bit of damage, they're not your big threat here. Like so many quests, it's actually the archer damage that really does the damage here. Or at least I find they are the bigger pain in the butt. But it could be because I want to be the only archer there. Alright, so now that we've cleared the majority of them, all that's left here is to get our wheel again. Oh man, there's a lot more left than I thought. So get the wheel as well as break these explosive barrels. And as well as you can see, we got an extra loot chest. This one here is always here in the second one, and you know, free loot is free loot.
With their explosive wisdom, the Durgar will have no choice but to stay by.
Again, pull the valve, and we're one more away from completing to actually be able to access that end room area. Alright. So for this one, we're going to cross over, head on down. Like, it's a very... The quests out here, they are older quests, and they're fairly straightforward. There's not a lot of twists and turns, just not a lot of anything really, but it's there. Alright, so for this one here, once we get to this tunnel where we can head north, we want to do so. To the right will be the mine area that we need to go in. However, to the left is another spot that giant rust monster can spawn in. Though because we did get him earlier, he won't be spawning here. But I just want to point out this is another location that he can spawn at. Alright, from here, we've got our last mine area. So again, we're just going to do what we've always done, clearing it out.
The deepest furnace room stores the most valuable mining supplies.
Nice little rem chest. And again, these guys really like to get stuck on climbing up these ramps. Alright. You're coming around, aren't you? Alright. Now, for this lever, it can be a pain in the butt to actually get to a point where you can pull it. Let's just...
With so many supplies destroyed, the mining effort will be
The
crippled
easy
for some
way
time.
is to actually come from up top here. So, that's where we entered. You just come around the edge. And then you're going to want to drop down onto the pipe here. Work your way towards it and just activate it that way. Some people do choose to come from the bottom up, but it is a lot harder, plus it does require jump, opposed to just dropping down. Alright. Now that we've pulled all three, we're going to continue again to the very, very bottom, which is just a little bit around the corner, into the water. So if you had chosen to drop down from the very top, this is where the shaft that you drop down in, and then you just swim off to the west, head up the ramp, and then you'd go that way in the reverse. Once you've gotten to the water part at the end, and you've pulled all three, you actually want to take a small swim, just heading south. And it is just it is a little bit, but it is a fairly small swim. And then you'll be able to poke your head up right here, which is where the shrines are. Now this door here does not open until we pull all three of the valves. So I guess each one of these pipes are contributed to a valve. And this here is the end area. Now as you see, At this point, if you've gotten the breakables, you will have ransack. However, you won't have onslaught or your full conquest just yet. You will need to kill the enemies in the end here. Now, you do got to be a little careful if you are going for that, because as soon as you kill the named enemy or the foreman there, the quest is completed. So if you kill him right, like he's the first guy you kill, obviously you won't get that bonus. So just watch yourself if that's what you're going for. Trying to kind of take out the trash first until you get the full confirmation there, either the sound, which we just got there, or you check your XP report. Alright, so we got him there. All that's left to do is kill the rest. Now, I do want to pull them because I don't want to go up just yet. You'll also notice we do have an optional to say Detrius. They are a earth elemental, and actually just at the very top of the ram, which can be done after completion. Alright. As well, as you can see, we got a total of just under 18,000. Then with the optionals there, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 optionals of 8,000 or 800. Wow. Wish for of 8,000. As well, we have one additional one of Detrius, which is right here, which we should also get about 800 for. There we go, 829. And there we go. So we got an extra about, what, 8 times 5, that's 4,000 experience. Can't really complain with those numbers there. And then we have 2 chests here at the end. And that's it for the Reclamation quest. Really simple, really straightforward. Again, just has those 2 methods, either top to bottom like we did, or you can drop down to the bottom, work your way back up. Once you get to the top, of course, you'd have to drop back down to the bottom to swim to make it to that end. But both are fairly simple procedures there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one, all.